Welcome to Jazz Sports Insiders. I'm your host, Gary Howard, again filling in for Bob Wolfley. Joining us today, the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel's all-star columnist, Michael Hunt. Michael, let's jump right on in on it.
Okay.
The big dogs are back in town in Green Bay. How do you think the Packers are going to do this season?
Well, I see them as one of the top threats, obviously, in the NFC. You got to put the Cowboys and the Saints up there. But a lot depends on the Packers on how their secondary holds together. We know that a couple of really good quarterbacks found some holes back there last year. Got questions about Bigbie. We got questions about Al Harris. They got some questions about depth along the defensive line. But another year in the Dom Capers system, and the offense is probably as good as anybody's in the league. I really like their chances to go deep in the playoffs.
What do you think of Aaron Rodgers as a leader? He's shown that he can really throw the football, and he's been poised last year. He used to be accused of holding on to the football a little too long. How do you think he's going to do this year?
I think he's just going to get better and better. I mean, right now, you'd have to rate him as one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, and that includes Manning and everybody. He impressed me first when he came back from the shoulder injury where he never took any time off. He showed right there that durability was never a question with him, and now he's become a leader. And it's unquestionably his team. He has a presence, he has a talent, and I think he's going to go a long way with this team this year.
Hate to do this to you, but we got to drop the F-bomb in on this conversation.
Oh, we have to talk about
Number
him.
4, he's back, he's not back. Brett Favre, obviously, if he comes back from Minnesota, they have to be one of the favorites in the NFC.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you think about Favre, last year was an exceptional year, especially at his age, no training camp. If he's healthy and everything is the same, the Vikings they're still a threat. They're a Super Bowl threat. Without him, they're a division threat. Packers probably a better team. So he's a difference maker. No question.
He definitely is a difference maker. And since you're a sports columnist, we could talk on all kinds of subjects.
Yes, we could.
The Milwaukee Brewers signed Corey Hart to a contract extension. What do you do with Prince Fielder?
Well, the door was shut on Prince before this. I think this kind of just slams the deadbolt on it right now because, the Corey money makes sense. It's a short-term deal. They still get value at his age. But with Prince, if he turns down a 9-figure contract from the Milwaukee Brewers, a small market team, there's nowhere else to go with him except to trade him in the offseason to get rid of him before the trading deadline next year. That's the only way I see it.
Well, you look at Corey Hart, he's 6'6". He could play some first base.
Yes,
they
he
actually
could.
moved him when they drafted him. What do you think about his prospects at moving from right field going to first base?
Well, I've thought about Corey playing first base for the last 2 years, ever since this question about Prince's looming free agency has come up. And they've also, talking about Gamble, they're talking about the kid down the minors. They moved from second base to catcher. But it's the cliche is you can stick anybody over there. We know you can.
Right.
I mean, it's a difficult position to master. Prince was brutal at it at first and became a pretty competent first baseman. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him try to work Corey in over there. I think that's a good thought.
Yeah, he was catching the ball, but he also could hit it pretty good, too.
Yes, he could.
Thanks again for your words.
Thank you.
That's a wrap for this week's episode of Jazz Sports Insiders. We'll see you next time.